What's up, YouTube? Brand new Whitman fan 2011 back here once again for round 19 of 24 in season 2 of the PORWC Pepsi Cup series. This is the Pepsi Next Cherry Vanilla 400. So this is the third of 8 playoff races in the chase, and of course we got a lot of drivers that, of course, they want to make a huge impact in this one, but there are a few drivers who want to avoid a bad finish because at this point, if some drivers are well in peril of losing a spot in the playoffs, because if they end up finishing bad enough, then they could be eliminated from the playoffs right here in this race. And on the opposite side of the spectrum, some drivers who are well near the top of the points could lock up a playoff spot in the second round, which is the Elite 8. Joining me here in the broadcast booth is none other than Old Spy 671, aka Stephen Whitman. How are you doing?
I'm doing really good. How you doing?
I'm doing great. All right, Steve, so take a look at the field right here. We got a bunch of drivers, and we got a big point scenario. What do you think when you think about Papyrus Motorsports Park? It's a big super speedway, so what do you think is going to be the deciding factor in this race?
Well, the factor would be whoever has the inside line, whoever has the better car coming off of turn 4 on that final lap.
All right, now before we take a look at our starting lineup, we have seen 2 non-chasers. That's right, 2 chasers who are not in the playoffs. They have won the previous 2 races. And Steve, do you kind of got a feeling that a non-chaser could win 3 in a row here in the playoffs?
Oh, of course. It's pretty much anyone's game to take home a checkered flag.
All right, we'll take a look at our starting lineup, take a look at a few notables in the starting grid, then to get the command to fire up the engine, so stay tuned.
Now controls your life.
Well, it looks like we've got the command to fire up the engine, so Sean Henley will be starting on the pole. He could certainly love to turn around his momentum after a few races with DNFs.
Yeah, if he could probably get a win, lead some laps, get bonus points, it would really help him.
First non-chaser is Red Bell. Man, she could definitely be a factor in this. Of course, non-chasers have won the past 2 playoff races, but we'll see if he can make it 3 for 3. Now, Ryan Richards, we got to pay attention to Ryan Richards because this guy has DNF'd in the past 3 races. Let's hope he doesn't DNF. Of course, you got Alyssa Anderson and Michael Norman starting near the front, and the top 2 in points, Dillon Poteet and Aaron Williams, starting near the back as we take the green flag. Green flag is out in the air, and here we go. The Pepsi Next Cherry Vanilla 400 is underway.
Yeah, you gotta watch out for that 10 car Red Bell. She has been on a nice little streak all year, and she's going to be open for another win.
Well, Red Bell's now stuck on that outside line. They're going 3 wide now. Oh, someone went in the wall, I think. Oh, Joseph Clark's in the wall. Joseph Clark's in the wall. And that's going to slow up the racetrack for Charles Jackson, Alexander Williams, Ben Paul. Oh, man, a lot of those guys in the outside line. Really going to slow down here. Oh, Theo Stiegel and Jacob Lawler in the wall. Oh, look out, 5 wide. Oh, that's not going to work. That's not going to work. Go! Emilio Navarrete flipping. Theo Stiegel. Jason Marshall, previous race winner. Jacob Lawler and Jennifer Miller.
Oh, my God.
Dillon Poteet, the guy who's second in the points. Oh, man.
That's going to hurt him really really bad.
That was the last thing Dillon Poteet wanted. Second in the points, and he is done for the day.
Man, that was a bad wreck.
Well, here's the race back. Well, here's the race back to the start-finish line. Let's hope they don't wreck again. Maybe Alyssa Anderson can get help from Barney Ward, or maybe not. It's about for the start-finish line. Sean Henley will lead the field back to the start-finish line first. Alyssa Anderson second. Barney Ward will be third. Looks like Red Bell will be fourth. Michael Norman fifth. Sean Galligan sixth. Trent Dunham in seventh. Ryan Richards eighth. Jessica Miller ninth. And Christopher Martin rounds out your top 10. Hey, Sean, Sean better get back on the... Oh, man. Look out. That would be the last thing, though. That would be the last thing any chaser would want to wreck down the cooldown lap. But drivers, our previous race winner, Jason Marshall, up-and-coming rookie Theo Stiegel, Dillon Poteet second in the points, Emilio Navarrete, who had a great run at Montreal, the last thing those guys wanted. Wow, unbelievable. Oh, Alex Taylor gave a little shot to Jennifer Miller there, and now Jacob Law is going to give a shot to Jennifer Miller. I don't know what's going on here. I'm kind of getting the feeling, though, that Jennifer Miller... I'm kind of getting the feeling that Jennifer Miller in the 84 was the one who started the wreck, but I am not completely sure. But we're going to have to take a good look at what happened that brought out that first caution of the race. So stay tuned, guys. We'll be right back. All right, here's a look what brings out our first caution of the race, and it starts well in the back of the pack. You see the 22 of Theo Stiegel is going to get in. Theo Stiegel and Jacob Law are going to get onto that wall, the outside wall. And then you're going to see Jason Marshall is going to get collected via Jacob Lawler and then Emilio Navarrete. And then right around here, you saw them go 5 wide, and that was not going to work at a track like this. And watch those guys. Emilio Navarrete flipping over. And, of course, Jacob Lawler flip. Theo Stiegel flip. Dillon Poteet second in the points, heavy damage. Alex Taylor with some damage. Jennifer Miller got a piece of it. Jason Marshall, our previous race winner, he's going to get involved as well. And Emilio Navarrete's going to flip over Jason Marshall. And that was what brought our first caution of the race. The guy who's going to take the hardest hit there is Dillon Poteet because, well, he had a great car. Unfortunately, he couldn't even get past the first lap. And look at that. Theo Stiegel stopped dead on the track. Alex Taylor, a lot of damage to the hood, as well as Emilio Navarrete. Jennifer Miller, Jacob Lawler. Rihanna Taylor gets involved in another wreck. Man. Now here's the race back to the start-finish line. And they were going 3 wide here at the start-finish line, but Sean Henley would beat the field to the start-finish line. Alyssa Anderson would be second. And then Barney Ward third. Red Bell would be fourth, and Michael Norman rounds at your top 5. And luckily they didn't wreck here on the cooldown lap, but there were some good words with Jennifer Miller here. Let's take another look at this. Watch this in slow motion. Man, Alex Taylor just gave her a little shot. I don't know what that was for, but I don't know. Maybe that was for getting involved in that wreck, and then Jacob Law is going to give a little love tap to Alex Taylor, and then Jacob Law is going to hit Jennifer Miller again. I don't know why. Clearly, Jennifer Miller didn't cause that wreck. I mean, I don't know why Jacob Lawler and Alex Taylor are hitting Jennifer Miller, who clearly was all the way in the back, but I don't know. Well, Sean Henley will be the leader at this point, followed by Alyssa Anderson, Barney Ward third, Red Bell fourth, Michael Norman rounds at your top 5. Don't go away, we got more Green Flag Racing right after this. Stay tuned. We were back. Pace cars giving us the 1 to go. Sean Henley's the leader, followed by Alyssa Anderson, Barney Ward third, Red Bell in fourth, and Michael Norman rounds at your top 5. Then Sean Galligan, Trent Dunham, Ryan Richards, Jessica Miller, and Christopher Martin 6th through 10th. We take a look at the current running order at this point. 7 cars have DNF from the race. Jason Marshall, Theo Stiegel, Dillon Poteet second in the points. That's not going to help him out at all.
No, it's not. Since he's coming into the second in the points, it's really not going to help him at all.
Another bad break for Emilio Navarrete. Well, his rookie year, his short tenure here is not going well so far. Jacob Lawler also DNF'd. Alex Taylor retired from the race, and Danny Wells somehow retired as well. He DNFs. We're down to 35 cars at this point. Dillon Poteet was the only chaser who was DNF'd at this point so far. So go back to our live feed here. We take a look at all the chasers so far. Sean Henley's the first chaser. Alyssa Anderson is second. Our next chaser, Michael Norman, is currently fifth. Sean Gallagher, the next chaser, is sixth. Jessica Miller's next in line in ninth. Christopher Martin, 10th. Next chaser is Liam Ervik, who's 17th. Seth Cole, 19th. Aaron Williams, 20th. Charles Jackson is next in 25th. Alexander Williams is 26th. And then Justin Perry, who definitely needs a good finish here, is in 30th. He's actually going to need at least a podium finish to keep himself alive. And the last chaser alive is Jennifer Miller, all the way back in 34th. The safety car makes the left turn to pit road once again. And we're ready to go back on the restart on lap 6. As the green flag comes back out in the air, and we are back to green flag racing here at Papyrus.
Okay, right now, the car you want to look out for is the 33. He has a really good run on the 20.
Alyssa Anderson looking for her second win of the season. She's going to go to the inside. Red Bell, Barney Ward battling for third. Sean Gallagher is up to fifth. Michael Norman's falling back to sixth. Ryan Richards looking for his first non-DNF finish of the season so far. He has locked up a ride for Season 3, but let's hope that he can prove something to the Pepsi Cup Series fans before this happens. Oh, Red Bell's way up on the high side.
Yeah, I think she might tap the
Oh,
wall.
Red Bell bounces off the wall. Red Bell's going to bounce off the wall. She's going to lose a ton of positions.
Yeah, that wasn't good for her.
Oh, Red Bell's in the wall.
Oh,
James
no.
Qualls.
Oh,
James Qualls, Ryan Cooper, Joseph Clark got involved. Oh, Charles Jackson got a piece of it. And the yellow flag is out again. Yellow flag is out once again, and they're racing back to the start-finish line. But we're going to take a look at all the other action that happens here because you never know what could happen. Red Bell took a real hard hit on that wall. And as they cross the start, we're waiting to see if where they cross the start-finish line. The pace car is out. And it looks like they're slowing down. Sean Henley has led the field back to the start-finish line. And by the way, Sean Henley has led at the halfway point, so he gets another bonus point. And since he will be the leader coming to the caution, he will get another bonus point for leading the most laps. So 3 huge bonus points for Sean Henley.
Yeah, he's really going to need all the points he can get.
James Qualls, a lot of damage to the rear and the front. Bryon Laflair Jr. with some damage. Ryan Cooper, Charles Jackson, another chaser. Oh, man. I don't know if that's going to hurt Charles Jackson, but that's not going to be... Whoa!
Oh, that was uncalled for.
Oh, man, there was something that happened in front of them, though. It wasn't Joseph Clark's fault, though. There was something happened... Oh, wait. I don't know what's going on around here, but they were really slowing down. These cars were, like, really slowing down, but it doesn't look like anything happens near the front. It was all in the back of the pack. Man. Crazy racing that we have seen here. Crazy racing we have seen here. That might have ended the day for Charles Jackson. Ryan Cooper, look at the hood of that 13 KFC machine. Bryon Laflair Jr., more damage onto the hood, as well as James Qualls. We're going to take a look at what brought our second caution of the race, so stay tuned. Here's what brings our second caution of the race. You're going to see Red Bell. She's going to bounce off the outside wall. And this is truly the source of the caution because you see she's really slow. Now watch as they come into this turn. She's going to go on the apron and she's going to lose a huge amount of speed. And then right around here, she's going to get into Bryon Laflair Jr., who gets into James Qualls, who gets into Joseph Clark. And oh man, Alexander Williams. Alexander Williams just barely avoided that. Oh no, she didn't. Oh, someone turn around Charles Jackson. We're gonna take a look at that one. Take a look at our bird's eye view camera. Wait, something might have happened around the Aaron Williams area. Oh, he was already down in the apron. Hold on. Was it really Ben Paul, or did Charles Jackson go back on the racetrack? Oh, Charles Jackson went back on the racetrack, and he just didn't clear Ben Paul, and then he gets into Alexander Williams. Alexander Williams avoids the first wreck, but can't avoid Charles Jackson. Man, this is going to give Charles Jackson a huge hit in the points there, as well as Alexander Williams. Now, this is the race back to the start-finish line. Very likely was Sean Henley, who led the field back to the start-finish line. But, Steve, if you're there, watch what happens around this area. Watch what happens around this area. You're gonna see they start to slow down. You're gonna see they start to slow down. They start to slow down. But what was the source? What was the source? There was actually a source of what caused this. Well, they went 3 wide around here. They went 3 wide, and Aaron Williams just gonna hit Red Bell, and then Ben Paul gonna take some damage. Rhett Yates might have got a piece of it, but I think this is the source of where everything else transpires. You see Charles Jackson trying to slow down, but look at the speed difference. Joseph Clark 44, Charles Jackson 72. Oh, Charles Jackson a lot of damage, and Ryan Cooper's going to take damage as well as Bryon Laflair Jr. Wow.
Yeah, that's not going to help anyone who got up in that little bunch.
Well, more cars getting involved in wrecks here. But Sean Henley looking for his third win of the season, looking to tie Dillon Poteet for the most wins this season. He's in the driver's seat right now. He is in the lead. Sean Galligan looking for his first career PORWC victory is in second. Ryan Richards looking for his first non-DNF of the season in third. Alyssa Anderson is in fourth. Michael Norman rounds out your top 5. Very likely we might get a green-white checkered here, but we're going to have to wait and see. We might get a green-white checker. We might get a one-lap shootout. I am not quite sure at this point, but we'll see what happens, so stay tuned. We're back. Pace car is giving us the 1 to go, and we are set for a green-white checkered. So here we go. Sean Henley is the current leader, followed by Sean Galligan, Ryan Richards third, Alyssa Anderson fourth, and Michael Norman. That is your top 5. Then it's Barney Ward, Trent Dunham, Carter Magruder, Jessica Miller, and Justin Williams 6th through 10th. We take a look at the current running order at this point. At this point, 11 cars have DNF from the race. 4 more have DNF via the second caution. That is Ryan Cooper, James Qualls, Bryon Laflair Jr., and Joseph Clark. Charles Jackson took a lot of damage on the cooldown lap, so he will be back in 31st. Points leader Aaron Williams is back in the 21st position. Sean Henley is the best chaser. We'll go through a rundown of the chasers now. Sean Henley is the leader. Sean Galligan is in second. Alyssa Anderson 4th. Michael Norman 5th. Trent Dunham is in 7th. Jessica Miller 9th. Next chaser is Christopher Martin in 13th. Seth Cole is 15th. Liam Ervig 17th. Aaron Williams 21st. Alexander Williams 25th. Jennifer Miller is 29th. And Justin Perry 30th. Charles Jackson 31st. Those are the chasers who are still in this race.
So yeah, this could be a turnaround point right here for the 55. If he can get it set up in the right spot, he could win this race.
Well, Ryan Richards looking to be at the right place at the right time. He's trying to make it 3 for 3 for the non-chasers so far, but he's the only non-chaser in the top 5. The next non-chaser is Barney Ward in the 6th position. Right now in the top 10, we have 6 playoff drivers currently in the top 10 at this point. So it's going to be a big factor as we take at this green-white checker. We only get 1 attempt at a green-white checker because this is NASCAR Racing 2003 season. There are no 3 attempts at a green-white checkered, which I wish we had, but unfortunately we don't. But whatever. As the pace car makes the left turn to pit road for the final time. And here we go. It's checkers or wreckers from this point on. As we take the green flag, here we go with the green-white checkered. Sean Henley trying to pull away from Sean Galligan, but here comes Ryan Richards and Alyssa Anderson and Michael Norman. Remember, no one's going to give an inch now because this is the green-white checkered. Here comes Ryan Richards to the inside looking for the second position.
Yeah, like I said before, this could be his chance right here.
Charles Jackson well off the pace. He's going to finish well near the back of the pack, as well as Jennifer Miller and Alexander Williams. Justin Perry very likely could be eliminated at this point from the playoffs. And Alyssa Anderson on the high side. She's starting to fall back now. Oh, Anderson bounces off the wall. Let's hope that another scenario this doesn't happen like we saw on the second caution, and looks like we won't. And we're trying to figure out if anyone wrecks at this point, because if anyone wrecks before the leaders take the white flag, then that means the race is over. If the leader takes the white flag after a caution if the leader takes the white flag before a caution comes out, then we will go back. Then we will be racing back to the line for the win. Well, here they come to the stripe. They will take the white flag. There is no caution, so we will have a full run to the finish. We're gonna be cycling through the field quite a lot here. Aaron Williams has fallen back to 25th. He's our current points leader. And Alyssa Anderson really starting to fall back now. Man, this is not a good thing for Alyssa Anderson. Ryan Richards also starting to fall back. And now it's a battle between the Sean Galligan, Sean Henley. Carter Magruder's moved his way up to third. He's looking for a podium finish. And Carter Magruder bounces off the wall. And Michael Norman's going to make the pass for the third position. The last thing these guys want is a wreck. But they are not wrecking so far. And Sean Henley now with a strong lead. They're coming through the final few turns. And very likely, Sean Henley will take the checkered flag. And here they come to the stripe. And it's Sean Henley who takes home his third career PORWC Pepsi Cup Series victory. What a turnaround for Sean Henley as he comes away with his third win of the season.
Yes, that's really impressive to see it. Everyone was hoping that Sean Henley would have a good turnaround since he started on the pole and did a pretty good job.
Barney Ward will end up with a podium finish in second. Michael Norman will continue his hot streak as he ends up with a podium finish. Jack Richards with a good finish in quite a while. And Ryan Richards finally getting a non-DNF as he comes away with a top 5. Carter Magruder will end up 6th. Seth Cole will be 7th. Sean Galligan will end up 8th. Hannah Smith will end up 9th. And looks like we're trying to find her. Jessica Miller. There she is. Jessica Miller rounds out your top 10. Where did our points leader finish? He finished back in the 26th position. And with Michael Norman getting a podium finish, I am not sure if Aaron Williams will keep that points lead. But what a race, what a turnaround for Sean Henley, coming away with a huge win in the late stages of this first round of the playoffs.
Oh, of course, it's really impressive for him to get a win, especially since he has not had the best of luck lately.
He may not like Joey Logano, but Sean Henley will come away with a huge win here in that 20 car.
We just really paid attention to the 55. He did really good not get a DNF.
What a great job by Ryan Richards, though, coming away with a top 5 finish there. Whoa. Well, they've already crossed the start finish line, but what a job by Ryan Richards, I'll tell you that. Ryan Richards finally coming away with a non-DNF and coming away with a top 5 finish, making a statement.
Of course, he needed a good run, and he couldn't have gotten anything better than top 5.
All right, we'll take a look now at the official race results. There's a look at your official race results. Congratulations to Sean Henley on his third career PORWC Pepsi Cup Series victory. That's his third win of the season. And boy, Sean Henley definitely needed that big win to turn his luck around here.
Yes, very impressive for a good turn of luck.
Yeah, Barney Ward will end up with his best finish of the season in second. Michael Norman continuing his hot streak. And man, Michael Norman definitely could. I got a feeling Michael Norman actually is definitely being a dark horse in this tournament, in this playoffs. Jack Richards will end up fourth, and of course Ryan Richards.
He's been having good runs all season.
Well, actually, if you didn't know, Michael Norman really didn't make much of an impact until the sixth race of the season, where he got his first podium finish, and then all of a sudden he came up with a string of top tens, and it's kind of looked like he's having the Dillon Poteet situation, where Dillon Poteet didn't have a win until late in the season. Maybe Michael Norman could be that very guy who kind of just comes out of nowhere and takes away the championship, but we'll have to wait and see what happens. We still got 6 more races to go in the season. Jack Richards will end up with his best finish this season in fourth, and Ryan Richards, you got to give it to Ryan Richards, staying calm, not DNFing, comes away with a top 5. Way to go for Ryan Richards.
Yeah, it's a good job on his part.
6th through 10th now is Carter Magruder, Seth Cole, Sean Galligan. Hannah Smith will come away with her best finish in the Pepsi Cup Series in 9th, and Jessica Miller. That was the 10th place was just the run Jessica Miller needed. Just to stay in the chase hunt. We now go through 11th through 20th. Jake Cole, Liam Ervig, Trent Dunham, Christopher Martin, Red Bell, Rainey Carpenter, Tony Blazer, Justin Williams, Xavier Livingston, and Zohar Manood. Take a look at 21st through 30th now. Dylan Young, Adam Skinner, Alyssa Anderson, and I kind of got a feeling Alyssa Anderson, that wall bounce on the during that green-white checkered really hurt her. That really hurt Alyssa Anderson during that green-white checkered.
Yeah, well, whenever you do touch the ball, you really either hopefully you can recover, or most of the time you lose a lot of spots.
Yeah, but that's got to be a tough break for Alyssa Anderson. Rhett Yates will end up 24th. 25th is Justin Perry. Our points leader, Aaron Williams, will end up 26th. And Michael Norman actually had a podium finish, so I'm not sure if Aaron Williams will have the points lead after this one.
Yeah, it's kind of questionable. Dillon Poteet got caught up in an accident, so it's really going to jump the points around.
Yeah, that's going to really shake up the points. That's going to shake up the points landscape a lot. Ben Paul will end up 27th. Alexander Williams 28th. Jennifer Miller 29th, and Rihanna Taylor will be 30th. Charles Jackson will end up 31st, the last car that finishes the race, and 11 cars DNF. Joseph Clark, Bryon Laflair Jr., James Calls, Ryan Cooper, Danny Wells, Alex Taylor, Jacob Lawler, Emilio Navarrete, Dillon Poteet, and man, Dillon Poteet did not want that.
Of course, anyone does going second in the points, no one wants to get DNF.
Theo Stiegel and Jason Marshall, our previous race winner, will round out the finishing order, and man, Jason Marshall goes from first to worst in just one race. It's got to be heartbreaking for Jason Marshall after surprisingly coming away with the win in Montreal. Jason Marshall actually goes from first to worst. Unbelievable. But you got to give it to Sean Henley. He's not giving up just yet. He's a warrior. He's trying to prove that he deserved to be Rookie of the Year. But Michael Norman, he may not have a win yet, but Michael Norman is definitely a big contender for Rookie of the Year. I'll tell you that.
Yeah,
Well,
I agree with you there too.
Well, Steve, I want to thank you very much for co-commentating this race with me. I really appreciate it, and whenever you want to do any co-commentating again, then just tell me and I'll put you on the schedule.
Yeah, let you know.
And then, guys, if any of you want to co-commentate races with me, just give me a holla. I'll put you on a race in the schedule. And this has been your PORWC president, Kevin Rabidal, signing off. This race has been brought to you by Pepsi Next. Crisp, refreshing, amazing Pepsi Next. I'm out.